Good afternoon. This is Kalen here with you live per a viewer request. I am doing this video to provide an update on my process with the IDES or the Physical Evaluation Board. The first exam that I did, it was on the 23rd of May. That um, that was the first one, and then the final exam concluded on the 24th of August. So since then, I have been contacted by my Pueblo. We talked on Thursday, I believe it was. She called me Thursday evening at 6 o'clock. So I was surprised to get that phone call. She had an opening the following day, Friday, at 1000 hours. And so I went in for that first appointment. And when you speak to your Pueblo, you're really not having a conversation, but the Pueblo is going to take all of the documents that you have submitted to the examiners. And a lot of it is based on the exams with those examiners or providers, along with the questionnaires that you complete prior to going to those visits or when you arrive. So there were a total of 7 exams altogether that I completed. Did a head to toe, did a dental, a mental health, a audiogram. There was one for blood work. Trying to think. There were a couple of others. I can't remember right off what they were because some of those appointments were stacked. There were 2 in one day at one point, and then there was a time when appointments were being done on consecutive days at the beginning of this process. But I'll get that information and be more specific in a future video. But what I would like to tell you is when you get that paperwork back from your Pueblo, read through it thoroughly. It will probably be a big, thick stack of papers, and you'll dread having to sit down and read over all of this stuff that you've been contending with for the past several years and that you've finally been evaluated for. And if you see any errors on there, then you can contact your MSC, your military service coordinator, so that any errors can be made to that paperwork before it goes to the VA and you receive your ratings. I have to admit that it is a bit of a frightening thing to wait and to not know how this will go, how it will turn out, if it'll be a favorable situation or if it'll not be favorable. I just hope that whatever the case may be, it's going to be looked at not only in the service's best interest, but for the sake of my own health as well. It is a long process. It's long, it's stressful, it's tiring. There will be some occasions when you are leaving work and going to an exam, or you will be possibly going to an exam before work. I've been in both situations, and that's in addition to keeping up with other appointments such as physical therapy that are routine with my knee and my back condition. The back is actually what I was boarded for. So my best advice to you is to get those appointments ahead of time as much as possible. Put them on the calendar. Make sure that anyone whether it's your family, your significant other, or your chain of command, supervisor, that they are kept abreast of those appointments, and that it may possibly require that you have accommodations made in terms of you being off of work. For my dental exam, which was done on the 24th of August, that one required me to drive 2 hours away. I was actually set to work that day, um, and superior wanted to know when I was coming in, and I said, well, this appointment, it won't start until the hours after I'm supposed to be at work, so I'll probably be coverage for the majority of that day. So please understand that these appointments that are set by QTC or the other contractors that are hired by the VA to conduct these exams, those appointments they're mandatory. You don't want to miss them. You don't want to be late, and you want to let whomever know that needs to know that those appointments are happening as far in advance as possible to keep down any kind of confusion or misunderstanding. If there's a situation where you have COVID or you're sick, you can contact your contractor that's hired by the VA and let them know, and they'll typically excuse those appointments, but they will try and reschedule it as soon as possible. Um, this video is in response to a viewer. I hope that this has provided some insight and provided some help. And like I said, the main takeaways are that when you receive your folder back from your Peblo, that provides a synopsis of your conditions and the exams that you went through with those providers, that you read through it thoroughly, get as good of an understanding of that paperwork as possible, because that is what your ratings will be based off of. When you get that first call to sign that NARSUM, which is what I did on Friday morning, it will not include your ratings. So you will not be aware of that at that time. When I spoke with my Peblo, she did inform me to expect to receive those ratings within the next 30 days, roughly. She said it could take up to 45, but right now the turnaround time for the Air Force has been about 30 days. So I'll be looking forward to that, seeing what those results are and knowing what my future will be with the Air Force. And if there's any information that I can provide you, or any topic that you would like for me to research and do a video on, please let me know. And if it's not something that I have experience with, I will do the research and push that out. And I just hope this has been helpful to you. And you can contact me on Facebook. My messenger is open at Kaylin Centers. You can also reach me on Instagram through a message, that Centers Guy. I'm on LinkedIn, and for any of you going through this process, know that you're not alone. Know that eventually it will be over. You will feel overwhelmed as you're going through it. You will have a lot of questions that are unanswered, and quite frankly, even your MSc or your Peblo or your PCM or your specialist will not necessarily have those answers as you are going through and completing your exams. So have patience with everyone and just tuck your head, get it done, and understand that it will be over eventually. And and know that you have access to an attorney as well. Your Pedlo should give you the information so that you can contact a an attorney for your respective service. Anyway, thank you for your time. Um, if this has been helpful to you, feel free to like, comment, or share. And you can reach me at any time, and I'll get back with you as soon as I possibly can. Thanks, and have a great day.